In One Piece, there are 3 great powers that rule the seas. First, there's the 4 Yonko, then there's the 7 Warlords that teamed up with the 3 Admirals. Despite what you think, all the Warlords we've had have been very powerful and could go against any Yonko commanders, or could even be Yonko level. What exactly are the benefits of the Warlord system, and how do you become one? Well, the benefits for the Warlord system is immunity. You're able to do whatever you want without being punished by the world government. I mean, 2 warlords conquered countries without even being warned. The only reason it stopped was because Luffy was mad. Now, what does it take to become a warlord? You must be influential and powerful. That's the simple version of it. Now, there are exceptions like Law, but he sent 100 living hearts in his chest, and Blackbeard also turned an ace to the world government. But how most people became warlords were their influence, like Buddy. Buddy became a warlord just because he was on Goldie Roger's ship. 𝙬𝚘𝚙𝚎 also became a warlord because of his family name and strength. There's only one weird warlord that I don't quite understand, and that's the strongest swordsman, Mihawk. Mihawk is a weird warlord due to him being so strong. His old name used to be the Marine Hunter. He could be anyone in the Navy, even admirals if he wanted to, but instead he joins them. I know he's lonely and wants to be left in peace and quiet, but I mean, he still goes and hunts low-life pirates like Don Krieg. Now the warlord system is disbanded, and we see in the manga that he teams up with former warlords to make a Yonko crew. Let's move on to the rankings. There is a lot of controversy with the warlord rankings, mainly because there's not a lot of fights that we can go based on. But what we can all say is that Buddy is the weakest warlord. He doesn't have any strength that's known, and he lost to Orange Town Luffy. He hasn't shown any hockey or any Yonko level attacks other than the Buddy Ball. And we all know he's only gotten so far because he is lucky and has the ability to unite people, just like Luffy, as shown in Impel Down. Currently in the manga, he is a Yonko now due to his crew making him look like he leads Mihawk and Crocodile, which is hilarious. Until we see him fight for real in his Devil Fruit Awakening, he is staying at rank 11 on this list. Next, we have Gecko Moria. This tampon motherfucker was slashing with Kaido in his prime. He mastered his Devil Fruit, entered control over 1,000 shadows, and still lost against pre-time Skip Luffy. He was a powerful pirate that was at least Yonko Commander level, but he got too cocky and tried to fight Kaido, but got obliterated into a lazy, fat tampon. Now he is still powerful, as it took Nightmare Luffy to beat him, and it's still debatable that Moria could have beat Luffy in a 1v1 fight, as Moria never used his powers effectively. He only used his shadows to do the fighting for him while having a mental breakdown. The latest we saw from Moria is when he got clapped by Shiryu of the Rain. So for all of his L's, he is ranked number 10. Number 9 on this list is Kuma. We don't know much about Kuma other than he has an OP Devil Fruit. He will probably rank higher on this list once he's reintroduced in the manga, but for all the feats he's shown, like no different than Straw Hat Pirates pre-time skip, and being one of the leaders of the Revolutionary Army, Kuma can teleport and speed blitz even Rayleigh. But again, we don't know much about him, so until we do, he is number 9 on this list. Number 8 has to be Crocodile. The reason he is so high up on this list is due to him being the GOAT. His current bounty is almost 2 billion. He is also rumored to coat his sand in hockey, which would be busted. We have seen in Marineford that he went toe-to-toe with Mihawk, Akainu, and even 𝙬𝚘𝚙𝚎. Now, I don't think his bounty has to do with strength alone, but his connections with the Cross Guild and setting bounties on Marines. I am sure he will be as strong as current Sanji or any other Yonko commander. I would love to see him higher, but we don't know much about him currently. Next up is the first son of the sea, Jinbei. I would have put him at number 8, but due to Crocodile's weakness, and Jinbei being a perfect counter for him with his Fishman karate. Now, Jinbei has a decent bounty of 1.1 billion berries. I do think this is because of his old warlord status and his strength, but he did fight Big Mom for a while. I mean, Big Mom. he was going toe-to-toe against a Yonko. If you want to discredit that, then how about him low diffing who's who with just his armament, hockey, and fishman karate alone? They are insane. He is definitely at least as strong as Sanji and Kadadiri. He is definitely worthy of being on Luffy's crew and being ranked number 7. Number 6 is tricky, but I gotta go to Doflamingo. I would argue that he should be lower, but for now we've seen everything from him. Doflamingo only has a bounty of 340 million, but he is much more terrifying than that. It took Luffy not Gear 1, not Gear 2, Luffy, but Gear 4th. And even that didn't stop him. He also has all 3 forms of Haki. None of them have shown to be advanced though. Doflamingo also underestimated Luffy the whole time, just like Crocodile. So it's weird to rank his strength, especially since he just escaped from Impel Down at the time of writing this. So I think number 6 is perfect for the Heavenly Demon. Next up is the Pirate Empress, Boa Hancock. This might be shocking to non-manga readers, but she did go off against people like Kobe, and even turned Blackbeard's crew to stone. Now the only reason she is still alive is because of Rayleigh showing up and protecting them, but it was still impressive to single-handedly solo a lot of Marines, and even some Yonko subordinates. And she also has all 3 types of Haki. The rest of these claims about a mate are rumors and not canon, but it seems her kits are as strong as Luffy Gear 4, which we saw beat up Doflamingo. And also in the One Piece movie Stampede, she was shown to be on the same level as Sabo, Luffy, and everyone else that was in it. And she did major damage to Ductless Bullet with just her kits and speed alone. I would like her to be ranked higher, but for now, number 5 is perfect. Number 4 is Edward Weevil. Now this is very controversial and rumored, but I think Weevil is as strong as people say he is. This guy is the rumored son of Whitebeard and was able to single-handedly defeat 16 allied Whitebeard crews. And if that's not enough, how about that Admiral Kizaru said he was tremendously powerful and just like Prime Whitebeard. If we take Prime Whitebeard without his Quake fruit and just took his strength, there is no reason that Weevil shouldn't be any lower on this list. But if all of that is still true, he still has no chance against the top 3 warlords. Number 3 is Trafalgar Water Law. Now, Law should be lower on this list, but with his new Devil Fruit awakening and him be able to fight against all of Blackbeard's crew solo is very impressive and makes him at least Yonko 1 commander status. He teamed up with Kid and beat Big Mom. You guys can say that Big Mom was nerfed, but it's still a truly impressive feat to beat a Yonko 2-on-1. Plus, he has the OP fruit. It's overpowered, and I would like to put him higher on this list, but I can't, because his Rocky Port incident ally, Blackbeard, takes number 2. Blackbeard is a very weird but important character in One Piece. He's the only one to have a power of 2 Devil Fruits. Devil Fruit power he wants. And he also has Whitebeard's fruit, the Quake fruit, and that fruit can destroy the whole world if it wanted to. He is also the only Yonko on this list. He can be anyone else on this list, but Dracula Mihawk, the world's strongest swordsman, and the number 1 warlord. We also don't know much about Mihawk other than he is Shanks' rival, until Shanks became handicapped. He is also the only Black Blade wielder currently with the sword Yoru. He has a 3.6 billion bounty due to his strength alone, as the Marine Hunter and world's greatest swordsman. Now that the warlords are no longer a thing, it's good to see a ranking of them all, but it's still confusing on why they would take out such strong warlords like Mihawk and Boa, because they would need admirals to take them on, not just a single grand fleet. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Get it? One Piece.